Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from SciTech Process Solutions. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2019. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a fully remanufactured semi-tool 870F as in Frank spin rinse dryer. This is uploaded to our YouTube channel for our customers' acceptance. We do not give their names on our videos. However, I'll give you the first 5 numbers of the purchase order. It's quite a long number, so I'll just give you that. 31184. This tool is actually going to Canada. So it has been, we've had the CSA marking company come up and already identified that and has the mark on it, and I'll review that. But let me just go over the configuration. This tool is an 870F with 3-inch rotors, A82M. The customer is balanced. We balance full 0 to 25. They needed only 6 wafers evenly spaced, but we can run 0 or 6 or the full load. It doesn't matter to us because these are 0 to 25 rotors. To go over the options, they have the DI water circulation, the anti-static option, and 4910 poly. They use right-hand doors and the CSA sticker. For reference, the right-hand door means the hinges are on the right-hand side. This customer, when they purchased the tool, it did not have the 4910 compliant poly. However, looking at past orders, I noticed half the time they purchased machines from us with the compliancy, sometimes they didn't. So I spoke to the end user, and they said that if it was at no charge, they would be more than happy to accept 4910 because it helps pass all of the CSA inspections needed in Canada. So we gave them a free upgrade of 4910. Again, this customer, I think that was just missed, and we think it's important they have that done. Let me just check for the options here. Okay, I can see the anti-static probes inside there. And I can see the water recirculation valve back here. So on the back, I'll read this. We have a special inspection service. It's the CSA company. The CSA marking sticker on the back is C as in Charlie, 2677684. Also on the back of the machine, I see the EMO, and also we have our SciTech manufacturing sticker. This was an 870F, SRD number 01209, manufacturing date 9 of 2019. It's got the power, the amperage load for the head assemblies. So this system has all the options they've included. What I'll do is I'm going to check and show you what process we're going to run. They opted to use the traditional semi-tool controller. They also have a spare parts package that went along with this. It has an additional controller, but it has the traditional PSC 101, not the new Slick device controller. So let's just check this process they're running, that we're doing for our test. Rinse, we're doing a short rinse, 30 seconds. A purge, and I'll talk about the process after. We have a 90-second dry 1. And we have a 230-second dry 2, 500 RPM, kind of a standard process. There we go, we're back to the home position. So on the semi-tool, there's been lots of studies done that if you can limit your high RPM drying and then do longer, low RPM drying, you traditionally get much better particle counts across the board. So that's a typical spin rinse dryer process. What I'll do is, since we have about 230 minutes, it's about 4 minutes, I'll go ahead and talk about a remanufacturing process during that time, why the tool is running, because when it's running, there's really nothing to do. So you would normally just load your cassette and hit start. Load your cassette, hit start. Okay, so we are going to be rinsing it at 500 RPM. As you can see, there's no vibration. You notice the wafer's nested. Nesting means they stop moving around in the cassette and the retaining bar, and all of a sudden you hear that noise. So once they get past about 450, they nest quietly. And now so if I'm standing here, I can't even hear it running behind me. It's so quiet. Our rotors, these are brand new rotors and balanced 0 to 25, so the customer can run any load they want. We now go into purge. What the purge is for is the purge blows the water out of the DI line so it doesn't drip back in the dry cycle. So it's a very short 10-second. And then we move into dry 1. Dry 1 is usually approximately 1800. There's a wide range that semi-tool offers or has in their manual on the different processes. We use a kind of a traditional process, but customers can move this, 1600, 2000, 21, whatever they want to run. So the high RPM is meant to sling the water off of the substrates, to go ahead and use hot end 2 and the heaters to start the drying process. Then what you'll do is you'll move into the elongated dry 2, which uses lower RPM and the hot end 2 and the bowl heaters to finish the drying process. At the end of the process, we should feel for hot end 2, which I will, and then the cassette should be nice and warm, the wafer should be dry. So we have about 40 seconds left in this process. That little noise you hear, kind of a winding, these are new remanufactured motors. They're brush motors, so you have new brushes inside there. Brushes take usually a few months to kind of wear in a little bit. Again, part of I'll discuss in a second our rebuild process and what we do. But at SciTech, we do complete remanufacturing. We don't sell as-is, operational, partially refurbished. We sell only fully remanufactured to like new condition rinser dryers. So you'll see in about 6 seconds here, and then 9, we'll drop down on RPM. Here we go. The traditional 101 controller usually has RPM control, plus or minus 2 or plus or minus 4 RPM. There's nothing you can really do about it. The technology of this controller is over 20 years old, but for the time it was very good what it did, and it's still used worldwide, thousands upon thousands of tools in the field. Okay, we have both the tools now into the low RPM dry. And this one's ramping down. You'll notice that the 101 undershoots and overshoots back and forth until it stabilizes at the 500 RPM. Okay, so what I'll do is talk about our remanufacturing process. At SciTech, we don't care what size tool you want. 3-inch up to 300 millimeter. It could be squares, it could be rectangles, it could be round, we don't really care. And the media doesn't matter. It can be silicon, it can be gallium arsenide, it can be sapphire, a lot of different materials. So when we do a new order for SciTech, which we are very busy, we do a build report, and then we break tools down and build them up to whatever configuration is needed. The tool is broken down to the very base metal plate, the very bottom piece, and then we go through and we rebuild, test all components, replace anything that we feel is defective or will become defective. We do a new process of the bowl. We send the bowls out to be processed at a special shop, re-electropolished. We do the same thing with the N2 manifold. We then start, we do sub-component building. We check all the wire harnesses, we check all the valving, we test them all. The controllers, we have a control repair station that all controllers are built up and tested separately. Then the tool's built up in dry test into a head assembly. This would be kind of what it would look like in dry test. Obviously, it's the head built up, and there would be no water hooked up to it, and there's no poly associated. What we do then is we have a QC report that's done, and then we have another technician come over, do the QC of the tool. If it passes QC, it's then brought into wet test. In wet test, then we facilitize it with DI water. We look for any leaks and any fittings that are loose, any valving that might not be actuating correctly. Once that's debugged, if necessary, we have another QC in here. It passes QC, then it goes into its burn rate. And the burn is normally 50 runs with no errors to make sure it runs well. We want to burn in all the valving that got rebuilt, the motors. We want to make sure all the sensors are working correctly. Once it passes that, it's then put into its next configuration. In this case, a double stack. You can see this system, this customer bought our new state-of-the-art slick device controllers, but then it's put into its actual configuration. The heads are loaded in, all the wiring's done, if necessary, the amps are put in, and so forth. It's gone through testing here. Once it passes this testing, which is very rigorous, it then has all the poly pieces put on, and it looks like this. Then once it passes its inspection here, it's given over for sales, for us to make a video for our customer to show them the quality of our rebuild and to release the tool for shipment. So we have about a minute left here. As you can see, if you scan, we're very busy in final test. We have a tool, we have a double stack slick device, we have a 270, we have another 8-inch system with a slick device. We have a lot of tools. A perfect example, these tools will be out of final test in less than a week, all these. And we have the next 5 to 7 tools right behind them coming in. We have a very good backlog on our systems now. We're building tools more. Okay, so our process is almost over. At the end of the process, what we have is called a rotor stop positioner, known as RSP. It has an assembling that will have a piston come out. It'll roll against the cam assembly and upright we call home position. What that does, it takes the wafers to 12 o'clock. Okay, once it does that and you hit 0, I just heard the door release. I don't know if you could hear that. Then the door can be opened. First thing I like to do is feel for the hot end too. Nice and hot. Look at the wafers and cassettes. Cassette's nice and warm. Looks good. Again, the customer can run any process they'd like. It doesn't have to be defined by us. We actually do shorter processes than normal a lot of times. We like to burn the tools in. Feel for the hot end too. Nice and hot. There's your cassette and wafers. They all look good, nice and warm. Okay, so as you can see, so this tool in our minds is in excellent shape, fully remanufactured in like new condition, again with 4910 free upgrade poly. Before I end this video though, let's talk about some of the other stuff that we have at SciTech. We have, if you go to our website at scitechprocess.com, the first 7 buttons are all semi-tool related. The first 3 are the tools. You have the S models in Sam, the F models is in Frank, and the traditional STs. The next 3 buttons are all the spare parts. We have 100% spare parts on all the tools. We also have controller repairs, amp repairs, part repairs for customers, everything and anything on the rinser dryers. Besides that, we do quite a lot of other tools. We do high and low power microscopes. We are the market leader in refurbishing HTC and Integris box washers. That'd be the 8000 through the 8030 class. We do etch and ash equipment. We do quite a lot of photoresist repairs. We do IDI, Cybor, Millibor. We do controllers. We do repairs for customers. We sell pumps. We do quite a lot of mask and wafer scrubbers. We have probably in stock 5 to 6 of the K&S or Ultra T or Ultratech mask and wafer scrubbers. We also, trying to look around, we do quite a lot of the different smaller desktop tools. We do metrology tools. We do the KLA 10-core 6400 class, 6200 class. We do some of the 5000, 5500 particle counters. We do the profilometers. That would be both KLA and DECTAC. We have a wide range. You can search our search box for a specific company or product. You can find that, or go look down the buttons and they're categorized in the correct area. So that will conclude my video source inspection of a fully remanufactured, ready to ship Semi-Tool 870F. My name is Jim Mullany from SciTech Process Solutions. Again, today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2019. If you have any questions, feel free to call us at 916-797-9000 and ask for anyone in our sales organization. Thank you.